I am in the cemetery of Montparnasse, where some of the most famous French people are buried. And we're going to explore France's history and go on a journey through time. Some characters you might know, such as famous designer Sonia Rykiel, French President Jacques Chirac, as well as the poet and the philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre. So, join me on this adventure in the cemetery of Montparnasse here in Paris.
On this episode of Leslie and Castelnaudary, we are in the Montparnasse Cemetery in Paris, France. Join us as we go on an unexpected adventure where this psychic medium experiences something she's never before experienced.
So, to be honest with you, I don't feel really any spirits here. I like to consider a cemetery a form of junkyard for bodies because, for myself, having already experienced a near death experience, when you leave your body is like a leaf on a tree and it falls down and you are so disconnected from it that you don't even care. It's like all these bodies are like leaves that have fallen down on the tree. But I do pick energetic impressions about Paris and some of the things that the spirits, the souls have gone through here. I do feel this sense of tuberculosis. And my guides are saying, y'all think that vaccines are a joke and are scary. Live through tuberculosis. It ain't pretty. I see a lot of illness. I see a lot of disease, a lot of communicable diseases. And I really do feel that a lot of it was avoidable. And thanks to advancements in technology and science and reason, which is so important, what my guides are saying is that we need to learn to live in harmony with the earth and with each other. And a lot of the things that Spirit and even Mother Earth is telling me is that when we live in conflict with one another, we create disease, we create catastrophes, we create all sorts of conflicts and traumas and problems that cause us to die in soul groups. So it's really important to live in harmony. And my guides want to bring up as you look around, regardless of the names and the famous titles and the success these individuals had in their lives, whether it was materially or professionally, everybody ends up in the same place. We're all going to end up underground. We're all going to turn into dust. And what really matters is the connections that you make with the people in your life and the people who come into your life, because those connections bring us together here and in the afterlife. Sometimes we waste our lives ripping each other and ourselves apart, and we make life miserable for ourselves and others. And we've wasted the chance that we got by joining this planet and doing something beautiful with our lives. And when you come to a place like this, it's really funny because the spirits don't dwell here, they dwell in our light. And when I, as a medium, read somebody and I feel their light, their loved ones step out of the light of their loved ones and appear to me. So, as a medium, I don't see all the time spirits unless there's a reason and a purpose for it. And every spirit who is connected to you has a message to share to help you live life in a joyful, loving, and an enthusiastic way. Okay, so normally when I come to a cemetery, there's nothing. I mean, it's totally dead, but I can feel somebody coming through. And the way that I feel somebody coming through is that I feel like there's like a gauze, and there's a gauze between that realm and this realm, and they step through that gauze, and I feel it. It's like there's a texture to it. That's how I feel when our spirit is coming forward. And there are usually tells that I have. My friends know me by now. They'll always say, You lick your lips, you get fidgety, and then my eyes start to move. I feel like that's a trance state, but I'm not really sure. Without scanning my brain, I couldn't tell you, but that's what I feel. So we are going to follow that feeling. And for me, that feeling is another spirit, another soul who wants to come over and who wants to communicate. So we are going to find out who that is. Okay, so over here, there's about five spirits here. So I don't know what they're wanting to tell me or show me. The first one I saw was right here, and there's a group over here, but I feel like they're not the only ones. So something is happening here that is something that I have not experienced before. So in a way, I'm kind of investigating like who's here and what's here. I feel like that for some odd reason, like touching my legs. Um, so we're just gonna keep poking around here and seeing where we want to go. I think we need to go back in this direction here. Frank was lost. He was looking for something, but I feel like we need to go in this direction. Yeah, let's keep going. So we are going to follow the feeling. And as I went from that place to this place, it felt like the whole air changed. The feeling that I got in this location is like, okay, you're going in the right direction. And if you were listening to this, that is a sign for you to follow your feeling. It's going to feel good. It's going to smell aromatic and perfumey. And if it does not, then you really want to consider your direction. If the direction in your life you're going in does not feel great, go in the other direction, because as I move in this general direction, it feels good. The energy's uplifting. I feel like I'm being guided in this direction. So we're going to follow this cool breeze and this nice feeling to wherever it leads us. There's some folks behind me. I was walking just after I said follow that feeling, and I saw that man looking at a grave, and I swear to God there was two people, him and another spirit, and as soon as I blinked the other one was gone. So let that be a message. Whoever he was looking for, he found them, and they come around you. And when the Bible says, seek and ye shall find, baby, you will find it. Okay, we got it. So the spirits have moved me into this direction. I feel like there's a message, and the person who, strangely enough, this has never happened to me before, but the person who is coming through for me is that of Sonia Rykiel, who I don't really know anything about. I'll be honest with you. I know she's a designer, or was. My mother-in-law was obsessed with her and bought everything Sonia Rykiel, and even gave me a Sonia Rykiel cardigan for Christmas, the first Christmas we ever met. I don't know anything about her. I don't know anything about her business. And so she's coming to me. I don't feel like she was a big lady. Like I said, I don't know anything about her. I feel like she was a smaller lady. There's something about her stature. So I don't feel like she was a big lady. I feel like she was a smaller lady. That's just how she's appearing to me. The way that she's showing me is like, oh, as soon as I left my body, I released everything and I went into the jungle. And I'm walking barefoot into the jungle. And there's like, it feels like the Amazon. Like there's a river and there's animals, and I am completely free. And it's like she disrobed and took off her body and becomes a part of the essence of the jungle. She is the darkness of the jungle, and her energy is moving through. What she's showing me is um, this sense of seeing the world change from when she was born to when she passed away, like, and technology, computers and lights and buttons and internet and social media just changing, and almost like I can't keep up with that. That was the feeling that she's giving me, is like sometimes you feel like you're going through life and you can't keep up with the changes of life, and so you bring all these people around you to help you keep up. And I feel like for the most part she had herself well surrounded. There's takers, there's givers, and I think that that's the life of somebody who is successful or famous or is doing something big or global. But I do feel like she used her life and her career because what I'm hearing is that I had something to say. And I don't know what that really means, you know. The sense that I'm getting from her is this sense of, you know, what do you have to say? You're living your life. What do you have to say with your life? What is your truth? What is your message? I think so many of us, she's making me do this with her throat, is like we go through life silent and we don't say what we need to say. We don't say the things to the people that we want to say. And we keep them close to our heart. And it's almost like we're choking them down, because that's just the sensation that I'm getting is like, don't waste your life not saying the things that your heart really wants to say. Speak your truth, speak the truth, live the truth, and be brave. And that it is the biggest and bravest thing that you could do, is just be a champion for yourself and to have a voice. um the other thing is that as you look around and you pan around here and you see all of these gorgeous kind of like mini buildings and mini temples and these like tombs, they're shrines. They're shrines sometimes to a life well lived. They're shrines to regret. They're shrines to successes and championing of society. There's famous people and there are poor people here. And what's interesting is that we all do end up in the same place. And as you look at Sonia Rykiel's grave, it is nothing special. It is just a slab of stone in the dirt where her body rests. And that is a message for speak now or forever hold your peace, because you really have to take, don't let all your love go to the grave with you. And honestly, the message I feel from this soul is just like, open up your heart, open up every chakra, open up yourself, and let all this love and this light that's inside of you and let it out. And every single one of us has talent and has gifts and has something to say and has something to offer. And it's like, let it all hang out. Let yourself hang out. Let it all come out in a constructive way, because if you don't, you could misuse that power, you could misuse your energy into destructive things. And make love, not war, make art, not violence. And it really is this sense of let your life be a testament to creativity. And that is what I am feeling from her. I just feel like this big hug from her. I feel like her hair is something with her hair, something wild about her hair, color. It feels wiry and kind of wool brushy to me. Um, and it's almost like, don't remember me as I die. Don't remember me for any illnesses or any kind of afflictions to my body. Something with the articulations. Like, don't remember me for any of that. Remember me for the creativity. Remember me for the love and for the fun. And let's just keep enjoying and rocking and rolling kind of vibe. So that's the message that I have. Is there anything else from her? I don't feel anything else. So it's funny because I don't really come to cemeteries with messages, but I feel like maybe my guides are bringing through entities in this. Like I said, if you have a desire to connect or be connected to, I feel like they will come. And let's see who else and what else we experience here. The strongest energy that I'm picking up here, and I felt this one from the beginning, was Jacques Chirac, who was president of France. And as you can see, he's just a regular guy buried with everybody else. And what I am picking up from this energy, in a weird way, is like almost a breathlessness, something with the breath, something with the chest, diaphragm, and like I said, I don't know anything about him besides the fact that he was the president of France. Um, but it's so funny because he kind of has a sense of humor. As like some people thought of me as contemptible. So I want to say like he just thought it was funny that some people just really hated him. And I think in some ways when you're doing something and there are sides to something, you have to be comfortable with people not liking you. You have to almost see it as comical and funny that people do pick sides. And this is not about not being a champion for justice or democracy or for the good of humankind. It's just kind of like when you're doing something, and this is what I'm hearing is like, People are always going to be pissed off no matter what. And some people will always find something to be pissed off about. So keep doing your thing, forge ahead, form your alliances, have your friends, and make something together. But also keep a good sense of humor. I think that that was really important. Um, I feel like his weight was there was something about his weight that was a challenge for him. Like almost like I couldn't stick to a diet. That's just how I feel. It's what I hear. But this is somebody who I feel like smiled a lot. And honestly, but the opposite side of that is like I feel like this is somebody who could get really pissed, who could get really angry, um, almost like a righteous anger. And I feel like that energy is like here. And I'm like a big guy. I hope you enjoyed this tour of the cemetery in Montparnasse. Another notable person who is buried here is Jean-Paul Sartre. And if you find yourself sick and tired of this world, remember what he said: hell is other people.